Hello and welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. My name is Issachar Bey. I am your host for this series. I am the senior director and the founder, and we are honored and we are excited that you took the time out of your schedule to join us on this Sunday. We are continuing with our series. If this is your first time listening in, please let us know what city, what state, what country you're listening from. We also ask that you like, you share, and you subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of great things that are going to be happening, different content, different things that will be released. And so we want to make sure that you are subscribed so you can get notified when we have things happening. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. We are moving closer and closer, getting higher and higher. We are expanding even greater in our series, which is Mental Resurrection, unveiling the Mental Alchemist Within. And we are talking about the 9 levels of mental ascension. And so today we will be discussing number 8. If this is your first time, you can definitely click on the playlist and go back and listen to all of the previous teachings and follow through and begin to listen and take notes and really utilize this knowledge and this wisdom that we are teaching on here every Sunday. We're here every Sunday, same time, same place, same location. And like I said earlier, we want to thank all of you. We do not take it for granted of you, those of you that take the time to listen in and get something out of these teachings, get something that you can utilize, that you can apply. We are excited about your future. We are excited about what's coming. We believe that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And I believe that. I believe that the best way to predict the future is to create it, which means that if I'm going to create my future, I can never be afraid of what's coming. I can never be afraid of the future because I am the creator. I am the architect of what's to come. I am the one that manifests and brings into fruition the experiences, the things that I want to see, be, do, and have in this incarnation. And so we are excited for all of you who are listening that something that you listen to, something that you read, something that you hear will begin to ignite inside of you and begin to give you the confidence, the wisdom, the zeal to take the initiative to begin to walk in your purpose and walk in your destiny. As we get ready to enter into this teaching for today, I want to take us into a place in our science of mind treatment, our spiritual mind treatment. I want to take us into a place because I want us to begin to understand how important it is to be still, how to be centered. Those of you that listened last week, we were on level 7 and we got into the 7 chakras and we began to talk about all of those things. But even being centered, being in alignment is something that's very important. And you have to be careful because there's so many different things that can pull us out of alignment, that can distract us, that can pull us out of our place of harmony, of balance. And so that's why it's so important that we stay focused on what it is that we want to be, to do, and to have. The year is already flying pretty fast. As I said, every Sunday it seems like yesterday was January and we're already at the middle of March. And so I think that, it's time for us to really take the initiative and to be in tune and in tune with the things that are putting us in the right place at the right time. I think that it's imperative. As we get ready to enter into our spiritual mind treatment for today, I want you to take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. I want you again to take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Once again, take a deep breath and inhale and exhale. In the sacred sanctuary of my consciousness, I recognize the divine presence that permeates all of existence. Today, I embark on a journey of mental ascension, embracing the transformative power of level 8. In symbolizing abundance, manifestation, and infinite possibilities, I affirm and declare the truth of mental ascension as a mental alchemist, knowing that my thoughts have the power to shape my reality and elevate my consciousness. In the realm of level 8, I embrace the qualities of abundance, prosperity, and divine manifestation, knowing that I am a co-creator with the universe, capable of attracting and manifesting all that I desire. I open myself to the infinite abundance that flows through the universe, knowing that I am deserving of all the good that life has to offer. I realize any limiting beliefs or thoughts of lack, and I embrace the truth that I am a magnet for abundance and success. I trust in the divine flow of prosperity and surrender to the divine plan that is unfolding in my life. I recognize my thoughts and beliefs that they are the seeds of my reality. I consciously choose thoughts of abundance, prosperity, and success. I realize that in this incarnation, I must release the thoughts of scarcity, and limitation, and I replace them with thoughts of abundance and infinite possibilities. I affirm that I am a channel for divine manifestation, and I attract all that is in alignment with my highest good. I cultivate a mindset of gratitude and appreciation for the abundance that surrounds me. I express gratitude for the blessings in my life, both big and small. I recognize that gratitude is a powerful magnet for more abundance to flow into my experience. I embrace the belief that I am worthy of all the good that comes my way, and I allow myself to receive with an open heart and a joyful spirit. I release any fears or doubts that hinder my ability to manifest my desires. I trust in the divine timing and surrender to the wisdom of the universe. I know that everything is unfolding in perfect harmony and that the universe always has my back. I align my thoughts and actions with I align my thoughts and actions with the energy of abundance, and I take inspired steps towards the manifestation of my dreams and goals. In gratitude and humility, I release the spiritual mind treatment into the field of infinite possibilities, knowing that it is already done. I affirm my commitment to mental ascension, embracing the transformative power of level 8 with unwavering faith and conviction. I am a mental alchemist manifesting abundance and success in all areas of my life. I embrace the flow of divine manifestation and trust in the infinite possibilities that lie before me. And so it is, and so it is. I want to talk today, we're going to enter today on level 8. Now, when we're moving to level 8 takes us, last week we were in a place of restoring, reviving, replenishing, restore. We were in a place of restoration, of rebuilding, of redeveloping. And so now we're moving into a place of power. When we get to level 8, I want you to write this in the chat and in the comments on or here in YouTube, I want you to write, I am a money magnet. I want you to write that down. I am a money magnet. And I want you to kind of meditate on that this week. I am a money magnet. And we're going to discuss a little bit today, but level 8 takes us into the level of power. It takes us into the level of prosperity. It takes us into a level of master manifestation. Master manifestation. When we talk about level 8, it brings us into a level of great attainment, great attunement, to attune our levels. So one has to attune to make sure that I'm in tune, but to attune and to get entwined or in tune to this frequency that we're at level 8. Level 8 is about power. It's about success. At this level of 8, this level is a very interesting 8, because at level 8, you're at a place where you're experiencing a high level of spiritual enlightenment. You have mastered some very important things. See, when we were on level 5 and you were at the place where you were learning how to control or how to master the 5 senses, remember that, and you remember how you were able to block out the 5 senses and you were able to take control, because we know that the 5 senses are what can distract us and keep us from manifesting and getting to our level of mental ascension. We understand that. We went through 6, we went through 7. At level 8, you come into a great level of manifestation. I call this level the master manifestation level. The number 8. When we get to level 8, when we get to level 8, it takes us into a place of mental ascension where one now comes into a place where he's now the master manifester. You see, the master manifester. Number 8 is significantly special. That level 8. When we look at the level 8, it represents prosperity. Prosperity is the well-being. It's the well-being of my mind, body, and my soul. And it's the well-being of not only from the spiritual realm, but also physical as well. And when we look at the number 8, it represents success, which means that everything that we put our focus on, everything that we get in tune with, everything that we touch, everything that we seek, everything that we put our hands to do will be made manifest and will be successful, because we are master manifestors. Why do you keep saying that word master manifester? What does that mean? That means that you are a master manifester. That literally means you have the ability to take your thoughts, your concepts, your ideas, your dreams, anything that you have on the intangible realm, and you're able to transform it into the physical manifestation at this level 8. And why would you say that, Issachar Bey? Why would you say that? I want to understand how could you say that? Why would you say that? Well, one of the reasons why I would say that is because the number 8 is a very special level. It is a level that comes with great responsibility. It's a level that comes with great admiration, great power, but it also comes into a place where this is where you want to, this is where the manifestation happens. Yes. You see, this is the level where, you know what, we were talking about what we wanted to manifest in level 1. We went through level 2. We went through level 3. We were self-expression. We went through level 4, which was the organizing and prioritizing, putting things together. We went through level. All those levels were getting you ready for this level. this level of number 8, this level, it becomes our guiding light. It becomes our ability to move into self-mastery. You know, the 8, level 8 teaches us that our challenges are not obstacles, but stepping stones towards growth and self-mastery. See, at this level, you have went through 1 through 7. You went through the learning how to really get to balance, how to really work from the inside out. And so, whatever challenges that we have faced until now, they were not obstacles. They were not put in place to stop us. They were not put in place to hinder us, to paralyze us, but they were put in place for us to use as stepping stones so that we can elevate our growth to self-mastery. It reminds me of a almost as one that went through the fires of adversity, right? Our minds are formed into an instrument of transformation, and we are capable of transmitting the lead of our struggles into the gold of wisdom. Let me say that again, because we are mental alchemists, right? We are master mental alchemists. And when we go through the challenges, which are stepping stones that help us to grow and to elevate into self-mastery, it takes us through the fires of adversity. But understand that fire changes the whole composition. It changes the whole dynamic of whatever it touches. So when we go through the fires of adversity, which are challenges, right? It allows us to go. It allows our minds as an instrument of transformation, right? It allows us to go through this transmuting of the lead of our struggles, the lead representing our struggles, and transform it into the gold of wisdom. As a mental alchemist, we have the capability of being able to transform our lives. Somebody listening on this right now could be saying, you know what, I'm having a difficult time right now. The year didn't start off good for me. I really want to get myself together. I really want to get some things in perspective. I really want to see, I don't want to struggle. I don't want to be chasing, feel like I'm running in a hamster wheel. It seems like I get 2 steps ahead, I get knocked 10 steps back, all of those things. And so what happens is we come into the transformative power of being able to transform our lives, right? Level 8 allows us to embrace the profound wisdom that allows us to step into that realm as a master mental alchemist. And when you understand that, you understand that level 8 brings us into abundance and prosperity. Yes, abundance and prosperity. Listen to me. You cannot experience prosperity and abundance on a physical level until you can obtain it and lock into it and step into it in the spiritual realm. I wish above all that you prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. But at level 8, we embrace the abundance and prosperity. Prosperity meaning the well-being of our spirit, the well-being of our minds. To have a prosperous mindset, to think prosperity, to think of ways of how we can focus in on allowing our mindset to always be attuned and locked in at a prosperity mindset. They often say that abundance is not something that we obtain, but something that we tune into, right? Abundance. When we begin to look at that, we begin to really look at the concept here of of what does it mean to have things in perspective. When we look at the concepts of reality, when we look at the concepts of my reality moving into a different perspective, my reality of what I believe. Reality is what you believe. Everybody listening to me right now has a different reality. Everybody has a different reality. My reality is different from your reality. Your reality is based on what you believe to be real. So that's why it's very important that we understand the importance of being able to create our own reality. Because I have to be able to understand that if you don't like the way that your life is going right now, if you don't like the way that you're, the position that you're in right now, if you don't like the position or the place that you're in right now, you have the ability to move, to go to a different place, to transcend to a different level based on your mindset, based on how you operate, based on how you are able to work from the inside out. To be able to understand that relationship that must be had. That I'm in a position that when I embrace on this level 8 abundance and prosperity, I want to think prosperity. I want to live prosperity. I want to talk prosperity. I want to talk abundance. I want to live abundant. You will understand that what you focus on, you manifest and you magnetize to yourself. Your mind is a magnet. Your mind is a magnet, and you magnetize to you the very things you think about. I've told them this before. Anybody right now, have you ever thought about somebody and just like that, they called you or maybe they text you and you say, you know what, man, you're going to live a long time. I was just thinking about you a few minutes ago, earlier today. Like, you're going to live a long time, but you don't realize that your mind is a magnet and you were able to pull that person to you. Your mind is a magnet. Now imagine if I can think about somebody and they just call me out of the blue, somebody who I haven't talked to in years, somebody who I haven't talked to in a while. And just by me thinking about that person, they just come out of the blue and call me. Imagine what I can do if I start focusing on prosperity. Imagine what would happen if I start focusing on abundance. You mean to tell me that abundance and prosperity will start to become relevant, will start to become manifested in my life? Why? Because my mind is a magnet, and it magnetizes to me the very things that I focus on. Hear me good. Those of you that are focusing on negativity, on drama, on gossip and the tea and who's doing this and who's doing what, these are the reasons why you seem to get or attract the certain things that you attract. Man is mind. Woman is mind. Whenever you connect with anybody, whether it's corporate work people, co-workers, whether it's mother, father, sister, brother, son, whether it's relationships, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever your situation is, anybody that you connect with in life, you're connecting with their mind. When we get to level 8 also gives us the ability for a strong sense of ambition and drive. This is the level where you go hard. This is the level where you go full force with everything that you've been working on, everything that you've been putting into practice, everything that you've been working on the spiritual realm. This is the time when you take the initiative and really go with it. This is the power. Now, I want to tell you this. When I say that level 8 is about power, I want you to understand that power is a spiritual thing. Always remember this. Your power is within you. What we see outside of ourselves in the physical realm are forms of power. So if somebody has a gun, somebody has a weapon, those are what we call forms or byproducts of power. But power, the real power, the real authority that you have within you, because at level 8 we step into a level of authority. Because anytime you're operating in prosperity and abundance, and you're operating in success, it comes with a level of authority and also with power. Why? Because you have to be a power. You have to operate in power in order to be able to initiate and get those things out. Listen, there's no mistakes in the universe. No mistakes at all. There are no mistakes in the universe. Everything happens for a reason. What does that mean? That means that your success, your abundance, your prosperity, and everything that you are obtaining here at level 8 is happening on purpose. There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes that you're listening to this right now. There's no mistakes that you've been listening to us and being connected with us. Why? Because everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why you needed to be on here to listen to this. There's something that you needed to hear that will initiate or get you into the place where you can say, you know what, I'm going to elevate and really start manifesting and putting things in perspective here at level 8, because I realize that I'm a powerful person. I realize that I have the authority over my life. I realize that I have the ability to become successful, and that at this level, I'm now stepping into obtain abundance and prosperity. Prosperity is a mindset. Prosperity is a way of thinking. Prosperity is a way of talking. It's a way of life. And as you operate in that level of prosperity here at level 8, what happens is you begin to see things start changing on the outside. Things start moving and operating and really start to transcend in a different realm. Now, one of the significances about the number 8 is this. The reason why I say that you are a master manifester is because if you look at the number 8, it's 2 zeros on top of each other, one on top and one on the bottom. And what I believe is that a number 8 is one of the numbers. A number 8 and a 0 are the two numbers that you can write and it never ends. You can just keep going back and forth with the number 8, up and down, up and down, up and down. And the same thing with the 0. You can just keep going around and around in the 0. Number 8, the 2 zeros on top of each other represent, as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. As it is in my physical reality, so shall it be in the inner realm. As within, so without. So as it is within, so shall it be without. It is the number of manifestation. Now, I grew up in New York City, Brooklyn, New York. Most of my time, I traveled the 5 boroughs of New York City. Of course, my favorite is Manhattan. I love Manhattan. Even when I go back all the time home, I always go to Manhattan. Something about Manhattan just always had a very, it always grabbed me. It always seemed like Manhattan was had a good consciousness, a good vibe, a good, it was like my level of consciousness really connected with Manhattan. Of course, Manhattan could be considered the financial capital of the world because we have Wall Street, we have Fifth Avenue with all the luxury stores, we have all of the big buildings, the Empire State Building, all these things in Manhattan. But in Manhattan, there's also so many local cultures that have their own identity, such as we have Little Italy, we have Chinatown, all of those little Soho, they have all these different places. But when you go to Chinatown and you start walking around in the stores, I've noticed that in Chinatown, when you walk in the store, they have the number 8 hanging up. And I said, oh, wow, they had the number 8 hanging everywhere. And I used to ask the Chinese people, says, why do you have the number 8 hanging up everywhere? And they say number 8 is the number of prosperity. It's a money number. And we hang the number 8 up because it helps us to magnetize and to bring money in. It helps us. It is a symbol of financial increase. It is a symbol of abundance. And so they would hang the number 8 up. You see them everywhere when you go to Chinatown, just all over the place. We are on level 8. We are on level 8. We're in a place where we are master money manifestors. We're at a place now where, and we're going to get into this next week. I'm going to, those of you that are on my mailing list and subscribe to this channel, you're going to see it. I'm going to start teaching on money manifestation mindset. We're going to really get into this. But I want you to understand that at this level 8, you have the ability to manifest. You have the ability to really go full-fledged and to really go after the things that you want. Begin to write things down that you want to manifest, bring them into fruition, begin to go after them. Because up until now, you've been working with all the techniques, you've been working with everything. So now you're at a level now where this is the manifestation time. This is the time when I can transform that which is in the spiritual realm, the ideas, the concepts, everything that I have, and begin to now transform them into a physical reality. I can now bring them into fruition. That which is intangible will now become tangible. This level also brings us into a level of authority. You have to realize that you have the authority, the wherewithal. You have the ability and the authority to become a master manifester. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need anybody to co-sign for you. You don't need anybody to give you permission and to say, okay, go ahead. You at this moment, at the place that you're at now, you have that ability to take that step and to really move forward into what it is that you want to be, to have, and to do. What is it that I want to manifest for 2024? What is it? Where do I see myself 5 years from now? Where do I see myself 2 years from now? Where do I see myself 6 months from now? Guess what? The only person that can answer that is you. But guess what? Even if you're telling me right now, you know what, to be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be 2 years from now. I don't know where I'm going to be 6 months from now. But guess what? The best way to predict the future is to create it. You can create what you're going to be doing 6 months from now. You can create what you're going to be doing 2 years from now. And you can create where you'll be or what you'll be doing 5 years from now. You are the creator. You have the authority. Remember, there's no accidents and there's no mistakes. Success is not a mistake. Prosperity is not a mistake. Abundance is not a mistake. And so understand this at level 8. Everybody is on a different level, looking through a different lens, and are different people. Remember, prosperity, abundance, and success is going to be different for people who are earth elements, people who are water elements, people who are air elements, or people who are fire elements. Remember everything we've learned, because this is the time when everything becomes, when you implement everything. Remember, you always operate in your element. Your level of success and abundance and prosperity is always going to be different from somebody else. We are not the same. You are an original. There are no copies. We don't have to try to be like anybody else. We don't have to try to be like somebody else that we see on Instagram or Facebook. We are originals. We're going to be ourselves. We have our own destiny. We have our own identity, our own path. And what happens is we are now getting out of the audience and we're getting on stage, because this is the time for us to really start serving humanity with our gifts. Everybody listening to me right now, you have a gift and a talent. And when you find that gift and that talent, you have an obligation to use your gift and your talent to serve humanity. We speak about it all the time. There's nobody that's successful. There's nobody that's rich that we can call anybody in the world that we want to call who's rich and successful that does not provide a service. There's nobody that we can call out. And what service do you provide? Whatever service you provide, this is the level where we're going to start putting things in perspective, put things out. This is go time. This is the time to take action. This is the time to implement. The number 8 is often associated with the concept of infinity. Why? Because when you take the number 8 and you turn it sideways, that is the symbolism for infinity, and it's also the symbolism of the magician card. So if you ever look at the magician tarot card, you see him with the infinity sign, which is the number 8 turned sideways on top of his head, and then he has one hand pointed down and he has one hand lifted up, and that symbolizes the magician. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. As it is within me, so shall it be without. As within, so without. Remember, your mind is the heaven. And what you do in the heavens, what you do within your mind, inwardly, in your spiritual man, on the inner man, will be made manifest in the physical realm, in the earth realm, which will be in your physical reality. And when we look at the concept of infinity, it represents the eternal and boundless nature of the universe. It symbolizes the continuous flow of energy and the interconnectedness of all things. Level 8 takes us into a level of spiritual awakening and ascension, where we see that journey of self-discovery. That's so important to me because knowing who you are is, oh my God, that's to me the secret. The secret of life. If anybody was to ask me, hey, Issachar, what is the secret of life? The secret of life is always as within, so without. You got to go within. If you fail to go within, you must learn to live without. The secret to life is always going within. Always going within. Always going within. When we talk about abundance and manifestation, we have to keep in mind that we have an innate power to create our reality through focused intention. What is your intention? See, we have to operate in a focused intention. Like we're not just throwing stuff against the wall to see what works. We've been taking step by step. We've been going level by level. We have a focused intention on what and what is our position. What is it that we are intending to go forward and to manifest and to bring into this incarnation, right? We are encouraged to align our thoughts and our beliefs with our actions so that we have an abundance and that we can attract the blessings in our lives. Remember, your mind is a magnet. I had you write down in the comments, I am a money magnet. Yes. Because if you focus on prosperity, if you think on prosperity, if you think if you talk prosperity, if you think prosperity, if you actually embrace prosperity, you become prosperity. Your mind will magnetize to it the very thing that it has on it. So if you're focused on prosperity and abundance, guess what? You're going to start manifesting that. You are the solution to your own problem. Do you not understand that any problem that you have, Einstein says it best, you never handle a problem at the same level that it's come to you on, right? So what happens is we lift our level of consciousness, but still at the same time, once we have already initiated and found out what the problem is, we now raise or exalt our level of consciousness to the solution. But what happens is this: we just focus on the solution. And when you focus on the solution, guess what? Whatever I focus on, I'm a magnet. So if I focus on the solution to the problem, what happens is the solution has to manifest itself in the physical realm. As within, so without. These are universal laws. Level 8 gives you an inner strength. It is the strength. It is connected to the tarot card of the strength card. But I want to say this. Inner strength is the most powerful strength you can have. The same way it works on the physical realm. Listen to what I'm saying. The more you utilize your intention, the more you work with the more you stay connected to the divine mind, the more you just stay connected to source, the more you utilize your intention, the more you work with the stuff on the inside, the stronger you become. Like somebody who goes to the gym and they do cardio and they work out and they get on the bike and they do the Zumba classes and all those things because they're working out, they're building. The more you focus on it, the more you work with it, the stronger you become. But you need that inner strength because sometimes things will happen outside of your control and you can't allow that to deter you or to block you or to knock you down because remember, you realize that the secret is on the inside. Everything happens on the inside, everything. And so when you understand that when things happen in life, you're able to prioritize them and really look at them from a perspective of, let me see how I'm going to handle this. They would say to you, oh my God, I can't believe that this happened to you and this happened and you don't seem upset because you realize that how you handle this means I go within. I go within, I tap into source, I tap into my intuition, which is my GPS, and I figure out how am I going to handle this. Remember, I never deal with a problem at the same level that it came to me on. So I elevate my level of consciousness and I figure out what's the solution. And guess what? If there is no solution, guess what you do? You create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. We are creators. You don't have to beg anybody. You ain't got to ask nobody. You ain't got to do anything to try to help people help you. Create your own reality. Whatever it is that you need, create it. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need anybody's handout. You don't need anybody to give you the okay or to give you any kind of permission. Whatever it is that you need, if it's not available, create it. On level 8, you have the ability to do this. You're at this level of master manifestation. Create it. Listen, there's only 2 people in this world that you're going to meet. Creators or creatures. Which one are you? You can either be a creator or you can be a creature. You can't be both. I don't want to be a creature. I want to be a creator. I want to be able to create my destiny. I want to be able to create every aspect of my life. I want to be able to create. Level 8 gives us this inner strength. It gives us the ability to overcome challenges. It gives us the ability to have perseverance, also determination and will. It allows us to become stronger. Now, understand the metaphysics of this. The word metaphysics means to go beneath the surface, right? Means that we're not just looking at this for its face value, but we're going to go and look at the root of this or the metaphysics beneath the surface to see what's the real foundational meaning of this. When I say level 8 means strength, whenever these words abundance and prosperity and strength, the word strength is called out. Strength can only be called out, meaning that how would one know they have strength? If I told you that you were strong and I told that to you, you wouldn't know you were strong until your strength was tested. And you would say, oh man, he was right, I am strong. And so at level 8, yes, your strength will be tested. Because remember, you're at a level now where you're manifesting. You're actually transforming that thought, that concept, that idea, the dream that you had. You're actually getting ready to go into motion to put this in perspective, to make this your physical reality, to demonstrate. And in doing so, your strength is going to be tested because you're going to need your strength on the spiritual level, and your strength will also begin to transform you on the physical level. Remember, public, private, spiritual, physical. There's always two sides to every coin. There's always two sides to every coin. And so when you're overcoming obstacles, you get stronger. Because listen, when you're at level 8 and you're manifesting, don't think it's easy peasy. You have to realize that whatever you're going after, everything that you're seeking in life is seeking you. So right now, somebody's listening right now and says, you know what? I want to take a trip to Brazil. I really want to go to Brazil this year. But you don't realize that you are seeking to go to Brazil, but Brazil is also seeking for you to come. Everything that you're seeking is also seeking you. And whatever obstacles, whatever challenges that you may face in manifesting those things, they're lessons that are going to be learned, and also it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you wiser. It's going to really allow you to really utilize all of these different levels that we went through to bring those things into fruition. And it allows us, and it will encourage you to learn how to trust in your own abilities, embrace the lessons that we'll learn. Listen, we don't lose. We never take a loss. We take lessons. Divine guidance is one of the most intricate parts of our lives, being able to be guided divinely, to get that inner wisdom, that inner knowledge. Remember, everything that I'm telling you today, I'm not telling you anything that you didn't know. Even in these last 8 steps that we're doing, I'm just bringing you back to remembrance of things that you've already encountered, of things that you already know, of things that you've already embraced and stepped into. And so your divine guidance and wisdom allows you the presence into stepping into the ability to go on this spiritual journey, to tap into your intuition, to tap into the inner wisdom, to be able to realize that life is not about destinations. So there's some of you that's listening that say, hey, man, you know what? I'm on level 8. I'm ready to go ahead and manifest. Understand that if you go out and you manifest a house and you manifest a car and you take the trip to the Brazil and you find your soulmate and you find you get married and you find your love, your soulmate, and you do all of this stuff, that's not the end all be all, because those are things that you've accomplished, but you still have a destiny. You still have a purpose. And so regardless of what you accumulate in your manifesting, you still want to always make sure that you're operating and still walking in your purpose and in your destiny. And that you're not just going out to see what I can get, what I can do. Yes, prosperity is a way of life. So I want to live a prosperity life. I want to live a life where I want for nothing. I want to live a life where I need nothing. I want to live a life where all of my needs are always met. But guess what? They always met because of not what I have on the physical realm, but because of what's going on inside. My mind is prosperity, a mindset. My thoughts are prosperity thoughts. I speak prosperity. I hear prosperity. I talk prosperity. So everything that I'm doing is on the inside. And that's what gives me the ability to magnetize and to really bring that into fruition. Understanding the infinite number, that you are stepping into an infinite mindset, and that your mind is the magnet and you draw to you. You're magnetizing to you the very things that you have in your possession. What I want you to do right now, if you can, those of you that are listening, is just type the number 8 in the chat. Type the number 8 in the comments. I want you to put the number 8. Why? The number 8 is the number of manifestation. It is the number of success. It is the number of prosperity. It is the number of money manifestation. And how many of you want to be a money magnet? How many of you want to begin to magnetize money into your life? Now, understand what happens is when you start working with the number 8 and you start working with the level 8, what happens is as you align yourself and connect yourself with that spiritual entity of, yes, I am a money manifester and I am operating in prosperity and abundance, what happens is your physical reality begins to create opportunities and create situations and events that will align with whatever you have in consciousness. You are a walking mirror. Whenever something goes wrong, whenever somebody comes to me, most of the people that come to me for readings now come to me maybe when they're in trouble or they have things going on. Even in the midst of a crisis, the first thing I want to do is I want to find out where you are mentally, because that's everything. Man is mind. So we have to first figure out where we are mentally. Because if I can figure out where you are mentally, then we can get a grasp and we can get a grip on where you are and where we need to be, or where we're going from where we are now. And so when somebody comes to me and says, oh my God, my life is falling apart, fine. I understand that. What that means to me is that everything is in your life is falling apart and you're trying to hold it together. You're trying to hold on to it. But what happens also is in your mind, it's falling apart. Everything in your mind is falling apart. Remember, as within, so without. There's nothing that will ever happen in your physical reality that is not aligned to what's happening inwardly going on with you. So we got to make that adjustment to make sure that we are operating all the time with the knowledge of knowing, let me go and work within. Because if I can work within, I can change the dynamics of what's going on the outside. I can change the dynamics on what's really happening and what's really being made manifest. And I think that that's something that's very important, that you don't allow yourself to be overburdened, that you don't allow yourself. That's why level 7 was so great, because level 7 allowed you to kind of work on yourself, right? You went through the 7 chakras. You were able to realign, to readjust, to replenish, to restore, to rejuvenate, to revive. We went through all those things at level 7 because you were getting you together. Level 7 was all about you. But now when you step into level 8, this is it. Showtime. This is the time where you step out and begin to start manifesting and be putting things into fruition and really understanding the power that you carry, the authority that you carry. And really come to a realization like, oh my God, I am really in control of my life. There's nobody that's going to help me. There's nobody that's going to come out of the bushes or from the top or from the sky. I am the one in control of my life. Wow. That means that I really have to put my big boy, big girl pants on, and I really have to realize that I'm responsible for me. There's nobody else that I can blame. There's nobody else that I can put the burden on. I have to be responsible for myself. And in knowing that, you come to a place now that no matter what situation you're in, I don't care if you're listening to me right now, you can automatically get out of any situation you're in. It all starts with your mind. Where are you? That's the question I would ask you. Where are you? Because no matter where you are, you can always go to where you want to be. You can always have, be, and do whatever your heart desires. And as mental alchemists, that's what we do. We learn how to transform our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas into the physical manifestations of our life, creating our own reality. I want you to ask yourself, what is my reality? What is real to me? What I see on TV, what the news tells us, what we watch in movies, what we see on social media, what's my reality? What's real to me? What's really my reality? What's real? And in knowing that, I have to come to a place where I got to be able to find my reality. I got to be able to know what's real for me. Because I understand that my consciousness is my only reality. I have to be able to manifest my thoughts, my beliefs, and bring to fruition the life that I want to live. I think many of us have been doing it the wrong way. We've been doing it from the outside in. We were thinking that if we physically do things, that it would happen. And then, I see people all the time. So you have people who are doing it the wrong way, and when they collapse and fall, it's hard because they went and gathered everything physically. And remember, everything that you do tangibly is temporary. But the things that you do intangibly, they are eternal. That's why I'm pushing y'all so hard to really get these things on an internal spiritual level, to have the spiritual power, the spiritual prosperity, the spiritual abundance. Because once you have it on the spiritual realm, you will never lose it. It's eternal. But when you start doing the byproducts of prosperity and the byproducts of abundance and the byproducts of success, then now what happens is those things become temporary. But a lot of people will go and get those things temporarily. And then when they are expired or when they lose those things, they become really messed up because they never had it on the spiritual realm. And so these people are running around the world trying to find themselves, not realizing that they are looking for themselves outside of themselves. You will never find yourself outside of you. The only way you can find yourself is within. And that's what we do. We go outside of ourselves looking for love, looking for attention, looking for power, looking for acceptance, looking for attention, looking for love, looking for respect. Anytime you go outside of yourself for anything, you give that thing power over you. I don't want to let anything have power over me, but I want to realize that I have the power already within me and utilize that power. Utilize my spirituality. Become an entrepreneur spiritually first. To think like an entrepreneur, walk like an entrepreneur, talk like an entrepreneur, speak like an entrepreneur, think like an entrepreneur. Why? Because now I'm at level 8 now. So now I'm getting ready to start my business. I'm getting ready to get some things together now. But guess what? I've already been operating as an entrepreneur. So as I get ready to manifest, guess what happens? I start magnetizing the things to me that's going to make my reality my reality. The opportunity, the events will take place that will coincide with my level of consciousness. So you want to make sure at level 8 that you are operating in prosperity consciousness, that you're operating in abundance, that you are realizing at this level, I am a master manifester. And that's what I'm about. I'm about manifesting every aspect of my life. Whatever is not supposed to be in my life, I remove it out of my consciousness. Because you don't have to ask anybody to leave your life. You don't have to ask anybody. The reason why they're in your life is because you're paying attention to them. You only get a life what you pay for. So what I got to do is, at this level 8, there's things that I don't want to have in my life. I just got to stop paying for them. I just got to stop paying attention to them and start focusing on the things that I want to manifest, the things that I want to bring in fruition. And the things that I don't pay attention to will begin to deteriorate and begin to get out of my life. Why? Because I don't pay attention to it anymore. And I only get out of life what I pay for. So if I didn't pay attention to it, then I'm not going to get it. I'm only getting what I pay for. I'm paying for prosperity. I'm paying for abundance. I'm paying for success. I'm paying for health, wealth. Yes, that's what I'm paying for. My consciousness is everything. And so that's where I'm at now. You know, we have to operate in a level of consciousness to where we're starting to manifest at this level. I would love to hear some of your testimonies of things that you're working on, things that you're getting into perspective, things that you really are putting into position and taking action to really go ahead and manifest. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in. This was a great teaching. I feel like this was really for me too. I'm really in the quiet staying with you. I felt like this was great. Level 8 is a great level, man. It's unbelievable to me to really be able to manifest, to really be able to really take the initiative, to really move in a level to where I can now say I'm a master manifester. And there's so many things that I want to accomplish. There's so many things that I want to put in perspective. This is no greater time to do it but now. You have the ability to create anything you want. What that means is, Issachar, that means that you should never be without anything. Anything that you need, you should be able to either manifest it or create it. If it's not even created, bring it into fruition, you create it. Remember, you create it inwardly in the spiritual realm, and then you manifest it in the physical realm. You go into the theater of your mind, on the canvas of your imagination. Those of you who are listening, if this is your first time listening, go back to level 1. Even if you listen from level 1, just go back to level 1 and listen and begin to take notes. Guess what? I guarantee you, all of you listening, if you start going back and listening to level 1, you're going to hear so many different things that you didn't hear before. Why? Because you're at level 8 now. Your level of consciousness has expanded. When you go back and listen to level 1 all the way back up to number 8, you're going to hear things that you didn't hear before. You're going to, things that's going to be identified and really connected to your consciousness will be different because you're listening with different ears. As the mind expands, it never goes back to its original form. So you're not listening with level 1 ears anymore. You're listening with level 8 ears. So everything that you heard from level 1 going forward, you're going to hear something different. You're going to put something different out of that. Trust and believe me. Go back and listen. So I wanted to let you guys know that, because this is a very vital point that we're at, and I want to see you guys manifest and really bring things into fruition that you're working on. And like I said, opportunities, things will come into fruition that you need. Things will come and make itself available. So we want to thank all of you for tuning in to these. If this teaching has benefited you in any way, I ask that you share it to some of your friends. Let them know about the channel. Definitely like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also, we want to move into our circulation. I call it the circulation because that's what we believe. We believe that anything that we release will return back to its original point of origin. It will circulate. So we don't believe in spending money. We believe in circulating it. Why? Because in the word spend is the word end. But we believe that once you circulate, you release it, it comes back to its original point of origin. But we also speak it into existence that everybody who releases a seed, a donation, that releases a financial seed, that you will receive a 100 return on that. And so we are honored and we thank you. What I want to say is this. There's three ways that you can give. We've been working with the $26 seed. Why 26? 2 plus 6 is 8. We've been working with the number 8 since the Laws of Prosperity calls last year. So we've already been working on this level of consciousness. We've already been building up and learning and really transcending. So when we move into this, I think that this is going to be something that's going to be phenomenal because it will allow us to really transcend and really bring into fruition a lot of things that we have. So I think that, you know, the laws of prosperity with some good teachings. And as we move into these teachings and even into the money manifestation teachings that are coming up, it would allow us to really embrace that. So we've been working with the $26 seed. Some of you may say, I want to give more than $26. Some of you may say, I don't have $26. Whatever your best gift is, whatever you want to donate, whatever you want to sow into this ministry, believe me, we are forever grateful, and we do not take anything for granted. There's three ways that you can give and that you can sow into us. The first way is going to be Cash App. It's going to be $TOESC. That's $TOESC. And also all of our ways to give are also in the description of this teaching. Our other two ways to give are either by PayPal. Actually, it's four ways. We have PayPal and Zelle. PayPal and Zelle are going to be our email, which are going to be info, INFO, at TOESC.org. That's info at TOESC.org. So you can either give by PayPal or Zelle through the email. We also have Venmo. Some of you may want to give with Venmo. Venmo is going to be Issachar Bey. It's going to be ISSACHARBEY at gmail.com. So that's going to be Issachar Bey at gmail.com. And if you guys want to sow your seed or give your donation through Venmo. So we want to thank all of you for tuning in and being a part of this great talk, this great teaching today. If it's blessed you in a major way, definitely please share it. Please give us any feedback in the comments. Let us know how you feel. Let us know of the testimonials of what's going on. So we look very forward to connecting with you and staying on this journey as we move and grow into a high level of consciousness. I like to say this one thing. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.